Okay, everybody. Okay, here we go. Move for that delay. What's gonna go on this fourth live stream? I'm gonna let you know the rest of that story I just said. This is alien experience, or whatever it is, or government project, maybe connected to MK Ultra, who knows? Many people have their different theories. This is my experience. This is what I experienced. And I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not telling you this to scare you or to concern you for those that are wondering about this. And I tried to make it as fun as I can, even though it was a pretty traumatic situation. But I handled it pretty well. But it did affect me for a whole 6 months to a year. And even to this day, it made me realize what really matters. And our dreams are what matter. So I believe in your dreams. Those new to this channel, thank you so much. Those who are on Facebook, follow and like it. I appreciate your contribution and your prayers and your beliefs in believing in my dream as I believe in yours. I care about all of you. You all matter. You're all important. Your dreams are real. They are a reality. I am Sam the Man. So, let me go over this. I'm aware of things that are going on. And when that experience happened, it put me into a spiral of thought. I got drawn to a movie. And I said in the book that it was a 2004 alien abduction. It's actually, to my knowledge, 2014 alien abduction. And it's one with a big head, alien head, black, and it was on Netflix. I don't know where it is now. I think it's still there. And it's a popular one. Some of those actors are just reenacting the story that was said to have happened. And something about the Brown Mountain Lights and stuff. Well, I'm in Utah, so this happened in Utah, and we have mountains too. So I realize that it's always connected to some kind of underground tunnel bases, maybe connected to extraterrestrial or to military. And I think it's both, but that's just what I've noticed. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not thinking overly on it. I'm just aware what occurred. And I feel people should know. They should be aware of it to protect you and your family and to do the right thing for each other. Doesn't mean I hate the military ops that are going on if they are. I don't know the reasons behind their choices. And for them that serve us, just serve and be there like you believe and care for us as you want to be cared for. That's all I have to say about that. And I appreciate our troops. I appreciate our police and those that do good. I focus on the ones that actually care about society. You know, there for the weak and the afflicted and the needy and the required, so that we can be lifted up, so that all our dreams can come true. So, I'm going to tell you this right now. What happened with next to me? What occurred was after I saw that alien in the reflection of the mirror, this brown, long, dangly looking thing seemed more like someone being controlled or puppeted. And I never saw anything like it ever. But I knew that it was a brownish look. Maybe other colors were there too, but all I could see is their head and whatever. But as soon as I saw it, it flipped. I went to go get my phone to my right and to try to take a picture of it, and I couldn't. It stopped me, but it tripped in the kitchen, and it just made me laugh, and it squealed, and I felt bad for the thing, whatever it was, or whoever it was playing games. But they had better technology than we've been told is out there. And what I also noticed is my phone, when I woke up, I lost 2 hours of time. I woke up out of this after these things moved me to the side to the couch that was next. I felt that I was being moved, and I could see that there was about 4 or 5 of them around me, and there was more in the room or whatever was going on. But I heard this shit. I even did a recording the next day, and I talk about that in my book, and noticing that they came and got me again. But I didn't do a recording video. I did a recording of stuff. But, you know, my phone I deleted the message, but I wrote it down, and because I couldn't store it, I didn't have a good computer that could store memory at the time, and so I didn't keep it. But I think I still have it, or some. Anyway, but I'll tell you right now, it is the craziest thing I've ever seen, and whether it was just in my mind or not, it was more real than I've ever seen anything. And no, I do not drink. I do not smoke. I wasn't taking drugs that would hallucinate me. I'm all about being aware of my details. And so when I saw this, it was the strangest thing I've ever seen. And I was not tired at all. And it was not a dream. It was real. And so what occurred, it was totally freaking real. It was, oh my word. So, but it made me laugh too, because the thing tripped. Anyway, and daily, dude, like, I was like, ah! I was like, oh, are you okay? And I felt bad too. I wanted to help it, but it wouldn't let me. It made me, I froze with their tech because they didn't want me to see it. But I think it was our creator that let me see. My eyes were able to see, and they were not prepared for that because I fake snored and I tricked them. Anyway, so after that, I had a lot of other experiences, and they realized that hypnosis doesn't work with me very well. So they got sophisticated and did drugs and other things. And they even looked at me with their eyes, their big black eyes, of other beings I saw that to put me down. But I said, in the name of Jesus, you get away. And after I said that, they left. Everybody says that. Whenever they bring up Jesus's name, spiritual power, they leave. And maybe it's a connection to the government so that we'll be more religious to do that way. I don't know. I care about Jesus either way, because I had a vision of him in my treatment center and I healed. And even if it was just in my mind, I believe in it. So I'm going to tell you right now, I love you all. This creature right here seemed like it was just following orders or something. And I don't know. And what happened was, I believe they put in implants in me that are maybe in my body or got out later and taken out later. But I do know that there might still be some in. I'm not going to say there isn't. I'm not going to say there is, because I don't know. But I have noticed some weird things. And I've had back surgery, leg surgery, foot surgery, other stuff growing up because of my genetics. But because of what I do now, I'm slowly healing. So this creature, after it did what it did, as I woke up, I noticed that my phone, it was a new cord, and it was charging. It wasn't charging. It was decharging. It was, in my book, it says recharging, but I think I do say decharging in it here and there as well, because it got edited incorrectly with that. But that's okay. I forgive them. They're good. And I think it might have been me too. But in there, I noticed that for 3 days at the job that I was working with at the time that I could, before my health got messed with more because of the fracture in the lower back that I've had, that I still watch and have to take care of because of surgery and things that are interesting. But anyway, so pray for me. I really believe in what I know I need, and I know what will help me, and it's eating non-GMO food and things like that. So with this experience, it taught me and put me on a direction. And I did the law of attraction the day before and did my dream board the day before this happened, or the night before this happened, then I prayed and had experience. And then I had this weird experience. And so because I watched Project Blue Book a week or two before, it came into I brought it into my life a week or two later into this experience. So it brought that that knowledge into me as if it was real, and I got drawn to it, and I scared the bejeebies out of them, and it anyway startled them. And yeah, so it's kind of like that, like watching a cartoon or a movie where you see a creature that you've never seen before and they see you and you both freak out at each other. That's basically what happened. Anyway, so what occurred was the 3 days, any electronics I was around or anything, they malfunctioned around me. It was like I was a big magnetic pulse, and there was a 3-day storm after my experience because of the effectiveness of it. I looked into this, and they say that storms recharge the ships or the saucers that the military industrial complex use, or and I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying that's what people call them. The Black Ops or whatever you want to call it, the secret organizations that are in the know. Not all of them are. They just follow orders, but not all of them know or have access to that intel and information. And I'm sure they have their reasons. Some are probably bad, but there's good people within. And so they do what they feel they should do. I'm just telling the truth because I feel you deserve to know the truth. And this is the truth. I promise you that. And no matter how strange it was, and even if it was just in my head, it was really entertaining, and it taught me to have a better life. So here we go. I told people about that experience there. They thought it was strange too because of the way it happened. And being around computers or technology, things just seem to be weird. The other thing I noticed was 3 dots. 3 dots. So see these 3 fingers? It's like there was 3 dots here, little teeny dots, that were like footprints that maybe they did with little feet or something like that they touched and walked around, but some of them were long and big. I went to go tell a friend at that time and walked to his house that was about a mile away at that time to go tell him what's going on and what I saw and how weird it was. And he told me that he wasn't sure if he accepted. He believed that I believed it was true, but he didn't. He thought maybe it was the devil or maybe it was a demon trying to trick me. And I'm like, no, because I've had spiritual experiences on my mission where I know what evil is, or people trying to be evil, and to try to get me to recognize that or whatever. And so I know the evil energy from the good energy and the neutral, and this was more neutral. But at the same time, I'm sure that they just do what they feel they need to do. I don't know. Some people say that the creature I saw was a slave race of creatures that people are aware of. Honestly, I have no idea what I saw. I just know that I looked into it and I was aware of it. I'm aware of ideas about reptilians. I'm aware about ideas about Val Valiant Thor and all of that. And I told you my experience and wrote my journal writings and feelings of what I researched about it. And I tell you to go find your own about this info and decide for yourself. But it is what I realized. But either way, it taught me about law of attraction, law of attention, believing in yourself, focusing on good things that you want in your life, rather than worrying about the stuff that you saw like that. But this, I tell you, for those that have asked me, because they've experienced things, and I want them to have hope that you can create things into being a better outcome than what they've been, and get those beings and others that exist, if they do, to think in the same pattern, because we're all connected, regardless of dimensional connection or what. I know we all vibrate, and we all can affect each other through our thoughts and feelings. And so that's what I tell you to do. So that's what happened. It was really strange, but I noticed black tar dots in the kitchen and goop, brown goop, all the way to my friend's house in the footprints of 2 separate ones. So I do know something's going on. And on my bed sheet, there was a teeny mark, and I had a telepathic of an oh no of someone monitoring me, a human. Anyway, there you go. Love you all.